Okay. Hi guys, I'm Courtney, and obviously by the title of the video, I'm going to be talking about Orangetheory pros and cons today. So it's August 2021, and I started going to Orangetheory in October 2020. I've been to a few studios, and I've mostly had the unlimited membership. I have been doing it for a while, I've gone to a lot of classes. So these are just things that I think are pros and cons, just my opinion. I might say that something's a con and you might think that that's a really good thing. So I'll just kind of give you the Cliff Notes version of what is Orangetheory. It's said to be a high intensity interval training workout. Most of the classes are 60 minutes, some are 45, some are 90. I have not done any of those. It's treadmill, rower, and weight floor, which could be using dumbbells, just body weight. There are ab dollies, TRX straps, Bosu balls, bands. You just rotate between the 3 stations. Most people wear heart rate monitors. You definitely don't have to, but that's where the name comes from, because there are 5 heart rate zones, from your resting heart rate to your maximum heart rate. So it's gray, blue, green, orange, red. The point is to stay mostly in the green zone. It's a steady state. You could keep going at that pace or at that intensity for a long time. The orange and red zones are you're working harder, your heart rate is up, and then there are splat points. So you get 1 splat point for every minute that you spend in either the orange or the red zones. If you get 12 splat points, so you've spent 12 minutes in either of those higher heart rate zones, then you get the afterburn effect, which means you keep burning calories and burning fat after your workout's over. I think that's about it. As, again, in the shortest way that I could possibly explain it. I feel the need to address my shirt. It is from Orangetheory, Orangetheory Fitness. I understand that it's red, but orange is a hard color to wear. I didn't design the shirt, I just bought it. But anyways, let's get started. I'm gonna do the pros first. You really can work at your own pace. It's never, you have to get this much done in this amount of time or anything like that. If you're just having an off day, slow it down, and if you, I don't know, feel like Superman, then crank up the intensity. Going along with that, Orangetheory really is good for people of different ages and different fitness levels, and I've been to a lot of gyms. I might do a different video on that. Every gym, workout plan, whatever, wants to say that it's great for everyone, but that's definitely not true. Not all workouts are very accessible, but Orangetheory, there are a lot of alternatives, a lot of modifications that can be made. So I said there's treadmills, you can walk or run. You can also go on like a stationary bike instead. They also have, they call it a strider, but it's basically an elliptical. You can do that instead. And the rowers, you can row at your own pace. No one's standing over your shoulder checking what you're doing. And then in the weight floor, you can always, if something's supposed to have weights, you can definitely do it without weights. Increase your weights if you want. The trainers, if they don't, they'll normally say ways to make it harder or easier, but if they don't, you can just ask. They'll definitely have modifications for everything, and you don't even have to follow what the workout is for the day. I've seen people just completely do their own thing. And I've seen people of all ages in there. I've seen people bring their high school kids in. I've seen people that are probably like 70 in there. So it really is good for anyone. You kind of get 3 different workouts in one. That's one of the main reasons that I signed up, as opposed to going to, you know, yoga or cycling where you're just doing one thing. You get that variety. Another reason why I signed up was because scheduling my own workouts wasn't working out. Me saying, okay, I'm definitely gonna go to the gym right after work. No. Having to schedule your workouts in the app, especially yeah, if you're really into having a schedule, that's good for you. With Orangetheory, you can schedule your workouts. They put the whole month in the app at once. So if you really like to be organized and scheduled and planned out, it'll usually be maybe like 3 to 4 days before the start of a new month that the schedule will go out, and you can go ahead and book yourself in as many classes as your membership allows. You can look up the workouts ahead of time. If you search for Orangetheory Reddit, it's run, I don't think it's run by someone who works for Orangetheory. I think it's just someone who does it, and I believe they live in Australia, so they do the workouts before anyone else in the world. They post the workout every single day, and then there are also a bunch of people just generally chatting about it. I'm not really a big Reddit user, but I do look at the workouts some days if I'm like kind of on the fence, or if it's a signature workout. I'll get to that later, but if it's a signature workout and I'm not sure what to expect, I'll look on there. Corporate designs the workout. Every Orangetheory in the world does the same workout every day. And so there's a lot of variety in it. Like, it's never gonna be exactly the same. So if you really like to switch it up a lot, then that's really good for you. You can go to other studios as well. Little asterisk here. I will get to the fine print on that, but you can go to other studios for free when you have an Orangetheory membership. So it's really good if you travel a lot for work or just for fun and want to keep going doing the same workout. I talked about it a little bit from Reddit, but the Orangetheory community on social media and in the studio is really great. Hi guys, I'm editing and I just didn't like the whole part that I said about community. So for me, I don't like talking to people at the gym. Like, I think it is a good place to meet people because I think that's like a good thing to have in common with people, kind of some place to start. You have something to base conversation off of. You can schedule workouts with people that you meet there, which I have done, but I don't really like talking to people at the gym, but the community is really great. You know, the front desk will know your name, the trainers will know your name. Online, there's people always chatting about Orangetheory, you know, replying to people's posts. I don't know how to describe it. Everyone's very kind of welcoming to new people and encouraging. People will talk to you at the gym even if they don't know you, congratulate you if they see you push yourself a little bit harder, maybe on the treadmill. They might say something, or just at the end of a hard workout, high fives, maybe not right now, but air high fives, being like, yeah, good job, like we did good. So it is really encouraging, positive, not intimidating. That's what I wanted to say about that, and I didn't do a good job of it at first. There are no contracts at Orangetheory. You don't have to sign up for a certain number of months. You just have to give 30-day cancellation notice. For example, today is August 19th, and I get billed at the end of the month. So if I canceled today, they would bill me the end of the month, and then I would have the whole month of September, and then it would be canceled. I hope that makes sense. Going along with billing, there are often deals for new members. Again, this does vary because most Orangetheories are franchise. For example, when I started, I did the unlimited, and then it was like $30 off for the first 3 months, like $30 off each month for the first 3 months. So they have a lot like that, or maybe your first month is free or something like that. They also, a lot of times, if you refer a friend, like your friend will get a certain amount of money off and so will you, or something like that. If you're thinking about going to Orangetheory, you could look at the studios near you, their Instagram. That's where I see most Orangetheories be the most active. The first workout is free, so you can go, you'll go a little bit early and the trainer will walk you through everything. You'll get to borrow a heart rate monitor and yeah, then you'll go through your first class. So yeah, that's another way to obviously see what the current deals are for if you're thinking of signing up. I mentioned heart rate monitors and splat points and things like that. So all of that will be on a screen that's up on the wall, and there'll be several of them, and then it'll also be on your treadmill so that you don't have to look up at a screen while you're running. And it will tell you things like what your heart rate is, what heart rate zone you're in, calories, splat points. I think that's basically it. But then after the workout, you'll get emailed a workout summary, which has all of those stats for the whole class, plus some more that, to be honest, I don't pay that much attention to. There's like your distance, like your average speed, your average incline, your total elevation gain. Like there's a lot of stats in there. It'll also show up in the app. It just takes a few more minutes and the email just like gets sent instantly. If you're interested in stats and things like that and like to kind of look back and see previous workouts, I don't know, then that is a perk of Orangetheory. That can bring us straight into some cons. So you would have to pay for a heart rate monitor. It could be, 100, 120. There are some different ones out there. They're about that much. Like I said, you don't have to buy it, but if you want the stats, then you should get one. And it's kind of a lot on top of Orangetheory's already an expensive gym, which brings us into another point. A lot of people don't want to spend that much on the gym. There are many cheaper gyms, so I get it. I do think it's crazy how much I spend on the gym sometimes, so yeah, totally valid concern. Along with stats, this has happened to me. It's going to be really individual, but if you get really wrapped up in the stats, then sometimes it can just not be as good. You finish a class and you got 15 splat points, but last week you got 20. If you're one of those people that's gonna feel bad about that, then yeah, it can be a bit much sometimes. I actually lost my heart rate monitor. I can't really talk about it. But when I still had one, I would even go to class without it sometimes, just so that I wasn't just staring at splat points and my heart rate and the number of calories I burned, and I was just focusing on my workout. Another con, and this could possibly be because when I started, the gyms were just opening back up after COVID, quarantine, whatever. All the classes were 45 minutes so that they could be spaced out more as opposed to 60 minutes. And so I got used to that, and now I think 60 minutes is kind of too long. I don't know, I think 45 minutes is a really good amount of time to work out, especially at that intensity. I think 60 minutes can be a bit much. Reasons why I have not gone to a 90-minute class. Signature workouts. So a signature workout would be like it was just Friday the 13th, like a week ago. Or Hell Week is a big one. It's the week leading up to Halloween. Or Orange Everest is next week. And they're quite a bit harder workouts, and I personally don't like them because, again, I think the class is already a good workout and I don't feel the need to kill myself at the gym. I'd rather work out at like a moderate intensity 4 or 5 days a week rather than just go really hard like 3 days a week. So again, that's just my personal preference. Now I have done a few of the signature workouts. Now I try to plan around them. But I mean, a lot of people still go to them. It's not like the classes are empty on those days. So it just depends on the person. The 8-hour cancellation window. So if you're signed up for a class and you don't want to be in it anymore, you have to take yourself out 8 hours in advance, or you get charged a late cancel fee, or you'll also get charged a no-show fee if you just keep yourself in the class and just don't show up. And I think 8 hours is kind of a lot. I think maybe 4 or 6 would be better. Things just come up. So I think it's a little too strict on that. But along with that, you might say, oh, well then just wait to see if you can get into the class. But depending on where you live and what time you want to go, there could be a wait list. And sometimes the wait lists are crazy. At my studio, the mornings always have like these crazy wait lists. It's not even that much, but there'll be like 4 or 5, 6 people on the wait list for like the 6 a.m. class, which to me is crazy. Depending on where you live, the wait list could be even longer. So you can wait so that you don't have to pay the late cancel fee. But if you wait, you might not get in. Like I said, they put out the whole month schedule in advance, which is nice if you have a set schedule, but it's not so nice if you have a really variable schedule. I do kind of feel bad for those people. Like, so I used to go to Cycle Bar, and they only put the schedule out 1 week in advance. And I think that it just gives people, again, who aren't quite sure of their schedule, more of a chance of getting into the classes that they want. Whereas when you put out the whole month at once, some people, that's going to be great for them because they can get whatever class they want. And then some people are just going to be like, well, I can't sign up until the week of or the day before. So I do feel bad for those people that maybe don't get into all the classes that they want. Okay, I told you could go to other studios with your membership, which is true, but the fine print is that I think it's called like a high traffic area or high volume area or something. Studios you can't go to for free. So one of my friends lives in Florida and she does Orangetheory, and she just recently went to Chicago and she had to pay $10 because Chicago is a big city and I'm sure the membership there costs more. If you're going to like a bigger city, maybe call ahead and ask if you have to pay anything to go. I just figured this out like a month ago. I didn't know that because all the studios I've been to I haven't had to pay for, but they're in small towns. So there are trainers. Obviously, they are certified personal trainers. I don't want to like bash anyone, but sometimes they won't come right up to you and help you, which I do get. Some people just like can't handle being corrected or like think it's embarrassing or just don't take corrections well. And you don't always know if you don't know the people in your class, if they haven't really been to a lot of your classes, you don't know that. But I see people doing things incorrectly, like mostly in the weight floor, and some trainers will correct them and some won't. You know, you can always ask, but if you think you're doing something right and you're actually doing it incorrectly, the trainer may or may not correct you. I mean, I'm not gonna go do it. I'm not a certified personal trainer, even though like I know sometimes when people are doing things wrong, but I'm not gonna go up and correct them. But yeah, so if you're really looking to gain a lot of knowledge about working out, then one, either try out a lot of different trainers at your studio, or two, you'll just have to be the person to ask instead of waiting to get corrections. And the last thing I could think of is maybe a little bit of a con is kind of being intimidated at the gym. And sometimes it can kind of feel like you're competing with people. You know, unless someone's right next to you, for example, if you're on the treadmill, you can't see what their speed is, what their incline is. But sometimes when it's like, run this distance and then get off and like, I don't know, do some squats, then it can be obvious when you're going slower than other people because they've gotten off the treadmill before you. So Sometimes that bothers me. Again, maybe it won't bother you, but that's not every workout. A lot of times you just can't tell where anyone is, or you're not paying attention to people. They're probably not paying attention to you, but yeah, sometimes I'm like, wow, I really am going slower, or everyone else has a higher weight than me. Should I pick up something heavier? I don't know. Totally an individual thing. I think those are all the pros and cons that I thought of. Definitely let me know if you have any similar pros and cons. Think I totally got some things wrong and should have put them in the other category. Or if you have any just general questions about Orangetheory, you can put them in the comments. And I think that's it. So thank you for watching, and there will be another video next week. There was not a video last week. There will be one next week. Okay, bye.